Architect, sir, you're here with your colleagues. What's your first impression?
My first impression is the country is in a mess. We're in a rut because if we've done what we're supposed to do, either on the private or the government side, we won't be having this kind of incident. Like it's said by Falano, the renowned lawyer, about 6 or 7 weeks precisely, where we have all the allied professionals in the construction industry together. He said we should stop talking of building collapse. Go and search yourself. What is your regulatory body doing? Your regulatory body is supposed to regulate things like this, but we are fighting among ourselves. I'll tell you just a little history because the government has a big fault to this. In 1986, the National Building Code was drafted by all the professional bodies in the construction industry, the 7 of them. This National Building Code was not signed until 20 years after it was drafted by the then Minister Mimiko. We're in 2021 today, 15 years after the National Building Code has not been passed by the National Assembly. Very sad.
A quick session. What's the underlining or the galvanizing fulcrum of this code? I know it must have a few things.
Yes, because it tells you, it gives you the minimum requirement of the materials and the labor to be used. It gives the minimal requirement. And if we have that in place, I mean, I can say Lagos State government is trying because they've reviewed their physical and urban development law in the last 10, 20 years. But we have to domesticate this National Building Code. The Nigerian Institute of Architects has taken it upon themselves, where there's been a lot of lectures, there's been a lot of awareness in domesticating this National Building Code. But how will you, or how can you domesticate it when the National Assembly hasn't even passed the code?
It's a sorry tale, and there's so much to talk about as far as this is concerned. And I can tell you there are a few things to draw from this. I mean, if, for instance, the name of the architect, the name of the engineer, the name of the structural engineer, the companies or the entities responsible or should have been responsible for these buildings are not well clearly stated as it should be, then it tells you that something is wrong. I'm not one for who to tell government what to do, but we can draw the attention of government on what they really need to do. The truth again is people have been trapped, people have been killed, some have been rescued. How much of succor can come in their way by way of compensation? Are they really unknown? Are they known? Who is going to account for them? And I will really be on this to find out what the Lagos State, for instance, will want to do as far as our punitive measures are concerned. Someone, somewhere, anyhow, somehow needs to pay the price for this building that has just dropped.